golden child, dressed for success with my business style.
When are we writing our first single?
Right now, we're doing it.
All right, let's do it. How would I write something?
Well, I'm only going to give this secret away.
Okay. What's up, guys? Nikki Novak here in the Young Hollywood studio with the pen, the hitmaker, Sean Garrett. How's it going?
Doing good. You look great in them glasses.
Do I look good in your glasses, Sean?
I like that.
17 #1 hits?
Yeah.
17. Are you born with this? I know you sort of grew up around, you know, a musical family, but...
I sort of felt like when I came out of my mom's stomach, you know, music was something that came out.
Do you remember that moment?
Not actually. I don't know about coming out.
Do you have a song that you're most proud of?
Yeah, I mean, Feel Love was a record that I did, one of my solo records with me and J. Cole. It was just the other day, a guy was like, yo, can I take a picture with you? And like, yo, that Feel Love record with you and J. Cole is amazing, you know? And what it tells me is that people really people want to love.
Do you know how old you were when you wrote your first song?
Probably around 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Well, I'll tell you this. The first song that I actually performed was Just a Little Bit of You Every Day by the Jacksons. And that was when I was 5 years old. It was actually a talent show. Ever since then, I've just been very, very fond of music. I moved to Europe when I was 5.
I heard you speak a couple languages.
Yeah,
what other languages do you speak?
I speak German and English.
All right, let's hear a little German.
Ich spreche Sie Deutsch. Wie geht's? Was ist los?
When are you going to have a German #1 hit?
Well, I mean, we have had #1 in Germany. My first #1 record was Yeah for Usher. And that went #1 in 42 countries.
Who are your biggest influences?
My biggest influence was definitely Michael Jackson.
Did I hear Beatles?
The Beatles, of course. And you know what's so ironic is that someone brought it to my attention that on the Billboard milestones list of songwriters with most #1s, I'm like #5 or #6 on the list, and John Lennon and Paul McCartney is like #1 and #2.
That's amazing. When you write, does it start with lyrics? Does it start with a beat? Does it depend on who you're collaborating with?
It definitely varies. You know, I'm a very emotional creature, you know, very creative, and well, I'll give you a little backstory. I lost my mom like 10 years ago. Me and my mother was very, very close, and she used to tell me like, yo, you shouldn't always put all your eggs in a basket. So, you know, people used to ask me to write songs for other people, and I was just like, no, I'm an artist, you know, I really don't write for other people. What happened was, you know, I lost my mother to cancer. So I moved back to America to sign a deal with Warner Brothers. My deal sort of fell through there, and I was sort of just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I started getting all these requests to write songs for other people, and I wound up taking my mom's advice and just taking a chance and doing a deal with Hitco Music Publishing, which is L.A. Reid's former publishing company. So I did my deal sort of in like the end of August, early September, late November. My second release was Yeah for Usher. And that same week I did Goodies for Sierra.
You've worked with so many incredible artists. I know now you have a single out with Brandy called Put It Down.
Yeah.
You're working with Rihanna in the studio right now.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland, a single just dropped today.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to know your feelings about certain, are you ready for a little word association game?
Love that.
Okay. First word that comes to your mind when I say sick.
Brandy.
Your new single.
One of the
Okay,
singles.
Brandy.
Incredible.
Tony Bennett.
A legend.
Put It Down.
It's what I love to do.
Rihanna.
Amazing.
Paul McCartney.
It's about 3 or 4.
Go for it. We'll give you 3 or 4 for Paul McCartney.
Legendary, still amazing, encouraging, classic.
Young Hollywood, who you saw in London.
Yeah, the future.
Wow, we like that.
The future. And like, I think this is really fly how you guys have sort of designed this whole TV show.
Thank you, Sean
You know,
Garrett.
It's classy.
When are we writing our first single?
Right now, we're doing it.
All right, let's do it. How would I write something?
Well, I'm only going to give this secret away.
Okay.
But this conversation is a song, because I've had an opportunity to sort of get into your world and understand your limits already.
It's limitless. And on that note, I won't sing because then it'll ruin our relationship. Thanks for coming in.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.